Hi, Jessica. My
Hi.
name is Janelle.
Hi, Janelle.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Did you float on in here with all that rain out there today?
Yeah, it's been really gloomy today.
It has been.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of the rainy.
No,
gloomy
but it'll bring
weather.
flowers. So
I
we'll
hope
be
it
ready
does.
for the nice
Yes.
weather and pretty smells that come along with it.
Yeah, I'm ready for summer for sure.
Okay, Jessica. Well, before we get started today, I would like to go over this confidentiality agreement with you.
Okay.
This just says that I'm a student from the University of St. Francis and will be conducting an interview today. But I will not be able to use it for any legal issues or anything that would arise. This is strictly just going to be between us and our professor.
Okay.
Unless she hears something that, might be an indicator of something else, which isn't likely to happen. But I just want you to be aware of it. We are going to be audio and videotaping it. And again, it is just for the professor and I to go through for learning reasons. I'm a very inexperienced interviewer, so I cannot do any formal counseling. And if you could sign and date it.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And date. Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, Jessica, why don't you tell me what brings you in today? What's going on?
Oh, I've just been feeling really stressed out lately.
Yeah.
I just feel like I have a lot on my plate and that I just sometimes don't always have enough time in the day to get done what I need to get done. So sometimes I just feel like I'm really starting to lack in certain areas, and I think I just need some help figuring out how to balance everything that I've got going on.
Right. So what you're saying is days maybe aren't quite long enough and there's a lot to fit in that process.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah. Tell me what kind of things you have going on again.
Well, I have a 6-month-old son at home.
Okay.
So he takes up probably 90% of my time.
Right.
Which is okay. I mean, I love him, but he just, still at that age where he needs constant attention and care. So I've got him, and I'm a full-time student at school. Yeah, I've got, my boyfriend, my son's dad living at home too, who, they're both wonderful, but they're men. So, I'm a cook, I'm a maid, I'm,
the list goes on.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I just have a hard time, I guess, balancing my roles between, a mom and, like a caregiver at home and then a student and a professional when I'm, in school.
Right. So what I'm hearing then is that, some of the things you're struggling with, is finding the balance and the time to handle everything that's on your plate. Because it's a full plate with being a mom of an infant and the girlfriend of, of a man.
Yes.
There's a lot of details and things that are involved with upkeeping the house and then your schooling on top of it. That's a lot of work.
Right.
Yeah. So what would you like to see happen? Do you have any ideas of things that you may be able to cut out or prioritize a little different to be able to help the load of everything that you're trying to carry and handle at once?
Sometimes I think that I probably could dedicate a little bit more time throughout the day to my schooling. It just never seems to fail that as soon as I decide, to put baby Eddie down for a nap and get something done is when he decides he's hungry or he's fussy or, he needs more attention. So I get distracted a lot of times from that. And there are times where I probably just need to let him fuss or cry a little
Right.
bit until he falls asleep. But, I'm still at that new mom stage where every, coo and cry
Right.
you hear, I kind of run to. So,
Right.
I end up thinking I'll just put it off till the evening when Big Eddie's home and can kind of take care of him. But then
Right.
at that point, I'm making dinner and we're
Mhm.
spending time together. So,
Right.
then it's 9:00 at night and I realize that I still have homework to get done
Right.
for the next day. And
Right. Well, what I'm kind of hearing is that babies are a lot of work.
Yes.
And we know they are. So I'm wondering if is there anybody that you have that can help you for a few hours a day, or that even on your days that you're off classes and are home with baby Eddie, that they could maybe come over and sit with him so you can get stuff done, or so that you can leave and maybe go to
Yeah.
the library where it's quiet or something to get
Yeah.
stuff done.
and that you mentioning going to the library, that's probably a good idea, something that I haven't tried a whole lot, because I do. Both of my parents work, but my dad's on a swing shift and my mom's a nurse, so they both have kind of fairly flexible schedules that allow them to have some afternoons or days off.
Right.
So, they love to spend time with the baby,
Right.
so I'm sure anytime I would ask them for help, they would be willing to. But I think sometimes, once they're over, I kind of get distracted from what I'm
Right.
supposed to be doing, and we get to be visiting,
Right.
and, I don't get enough done.
Right.
But leaving to, focus on just school, not have
Right.
anybody there to distract me, probably would be a good idea, especially when I have big projects that I just,
Right.
need to set 2 hours, aside for
Absolutely.
to just work through.
Absolutely. So maybe contacting your parents to see if they could help you for
Yeah.
an hour or two, maybe a couple times a week, so you can get that reprieve to get bigger assignments done, or assignments in general. I mean, it's all time consuming. I'm sure it requires a lot of reading and other stuff that goes along with completing the assignments.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is an attainable goal? Is this something that you can reach out to them and ask for their assistance in, and maybe put it in your planner for your week work? Or
I think so. I think if I can start maybe planning ahead, looking ahead a little bit more, to make sure that I have a babysitter, my mom and dad to come over for a few hours for me to, go to the library right up the road,
Right.
or even into a different room in my house, maybe just somewhere that
somewhere that's quiet, where
Yes.
you're not distracted between the parents that you
Yeah.
probably don't get to see a whole lot
Yeah.
too, on top of hearing
Yeah.
the baby.
But yeah, I think that that's something that I could probably do.
Okay. Well, great. Why don't we shoot for that as maybe a goal for the next week, to see if you
Okay.
can't pencil in some time to give yourself, a little you time to have your focus more on schoolwork, and not so distracted with all the other duties that come with being a mom and a girlfriend and running a house and a student and all the above. Would you like to get back together next week, or to set a time to
Yeah, I think that'd be okay. Yeah.
check the schedule? And all right.
Okay.
Well, we will plan on that. And Jessica, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah,
I
thank you for
appreciate
your
talking
help.
to you. You're very welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank